Chris Gunman here, author of the Basic Fantasy RPG. I'm here to talk to you about an event we're going to have this year, the Basic Fantasy Adventure Binge. The Binge will be held at the FallCon Gaming Convention in Quincy, Illinois, over Labor Day weekend, 2024, which the convention's dates are from the 29th of August, which is a Thursday, through the 1st of September, which is Sunday, the Sunday before Labor Day. However, the Adventure Binge is only going to be held on Friday the 30th and Saturday the 31st. So when you look at FallCon's schedule online, that's the only times you'll find it. The Binge is opened to up to 30 participants, with a minimum of 4, but I'm not concerned. I already have 4 people I'm sure are going to sign up. Depending on the number of participants who actually sign up and appear, we will occupy up to 4 tables. Each of the 4 sessions, 4 adventure sessions that we're going to run, which should be about 3.5 hours per session. Each one of those, we're going to rotate tables. The plan is for every participant to be able to sit at my table as a player at least once during the event. And I'll talk about the volunteer GMs who will fill in at the other tables in a little bit here. So I'm going to need help to do this. The adventure, again, is structured in 4 parts. Each part will, but after the first, will include an introduction for the players to catch them up. So if the group you sat with for the first session didn't quite make it to the end of that session, didn't quite gather all the information or all the things that they needed to move on, the introduction at the beginning of the next session will catch you up. And you'll probably be sitting with a slightly different group of players each time because of the rotating nature of the game. This is not intended to be a serious adventure. This is not intended to be a competition of any sort. This is just an opportunity for us to get together, play the game, and have some fun. During the intermission times, each block, the block on Friday and the block on Saturday, are 8 hours long, 3.5 hours of first session, an intermission of about an hour, and then another 3.5 hours of the second session, and then the same arrangement on Saturday. During the intermission time, we're going to get food. I'm going to have my food brought in so that I will not have to leave the area. I'll be there. Bring your books. I'll sign them. Be there to talk with whoever wants to sit down and talk with me. And that's the plan. Volunteer GMs will only have to GM, not have to GM constantly. They're going to play. Every volunteer still gets to play at my table at least once. In order to accomplish this, I need at least as many volunteers as I have tables. So for the maximum number of tables, the minimum number of volunteers I need is 4. I already have 1 person confirmed as a volunteer. If you are a game master and you feel up to the challenge of receiving an adventure an hour, maybe a half an hour before you run it, let me know. Volunteer GMs will not be expected to run tables of more than 6. I feel comfortable running a table of 8, but I don't feel comfortable making anybody else do that. So I have structured this so that if there is an overflow, they come to my table. That's the plan. Anyway, that's where we're going with this. The adventure is not complete yet, but I have the basic skeleton fleshed out. I have all the stages figured out. There will be, for volunteer GMs, there'll be a packet that I'll send out that will contain a little bit of information that will be helpful in running the sessions, but that will not give anything away. Each adventure session contains only information necessary for that session. No spoilers are going to be given to the volunteer GMs that they'll be able to use in later sessions to their advantage. And again, as I said, the introductions will catch up the players to the level of where they need to be to proceed into the next section. So that's what the binge is going to be. Again, as I said, I will be there during the intermission and probably a little before and a little after each block, available to talk with people, to sign books if you want to bring them, and just basically, hang around. Admission to FallCon for the whole weekend is $35, so I don't think that's terribly expensive for most people. You are, of course, welcome to sign up for any other FallCon game events that you want to outside the binge. If you're able to come on Thursday and you want to sign up for any games that are scheduled on Thursday, great. There will be a vendor floor. I don't know how big it'll be, but there will be a vendor floor that'll be open during parts of the convention time. I'm told that they're structuring things so that they can close off the vendor area when the vendors close up for the evening or afternoon, whenever it is that they're going to close up. They can close that area off and still have gaming going on, which I guess has been a problem in the past. FallCon's combined with the Great River Film Festival. I don't know what that entails. I haven't participated in it, but they're combining the two events together at one venue, the Oakley Lindsay Center in Quincy. The FallCon has secured discount rates at 2 local hotels that are near the venue. And I will have all the information for that, as well as the information for signing up for the event for FallCon in the notes below the description below this video. So don't worry about taking notes on any of this stuff. It'll all be down there in print for you. I'm really looking forward to an opportunity to get together with people. I know at least one project staff member that I have never met is planning on coming. That would be great. If you want to come out and participate, sit at my table and play, hang out with other Basic Fantasy fans. This is the Basic Fantasy convention that people keep telling me we need to have. Rather than running my own convention, I'm gonna hijack FallCon. We're gonna move in there. We're gonna take over up to 4 tables. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. That's the plan. This is an opportunity for you to meet me or to meet other members of hopefully some other members of the project are able to show up, to sit at the table with us, to play games, to have fun. That's what this is all about, right? Having a good time. Note for volunteer GMs, please let me know when you volunteer if you prefer a theater of the mind approach, or if you prefer or are comfortable with tokens and battle mats. The reason, number one thing here is I'm going to try, where possible, to pair players and GMs that have the same style. So we'll want to announce if you are a Theater of the Mind player, or a GM rather, so the other players will know that's what to expect. People have different styles of play, people have different styles of GMing, and wherever possible, I'm going to try to even that out. I am a battle mat and tokens person, but I have run Theater of the Mind. I know how to do both. I prefer tokens and battle mats. If you, even if you are Theater of the Mind, you'll probably find it to your advantage to have a battle mat or 2 at your table. I'm going to need some people to volunteer to bring battle mats if at all possible. I'd like to have to not buy 5 more mega mats. If you own a Chessex mega mat with squares and you're able to bring it, even if you're not going to be a volunteer GM, you might let me know so that I can get a count of how many will be coming and I can buy what I need to fill in the gaps. I'd really prefer to spend promotional money on something more useful to me in general, but I'll do what we need to do to make this work. I will provide penny tokens. People talk about my penny tokens. I'm going to provide enough penny tokens for all 4 tables, if we have 4 tables, for all the monsters and opponents that might be met. So that should take care of that situation. And I have plenty of wet erase pens, but I don't have enough battle mats. I only have 3 Chessex mega mats. So if you have that, you might let me know if you're able to bring it. Don't just plan on necessarily bringing it, because we might end up with more than we need. I'll see what I get offered, and then I'll get back with everybody. We'll coordinate. I am probably going to set up a central point for communication. I have not decided whether that's going to be a Facebook group, a Discord, or do it on the forum. I'm kind of leaning towards our forum, to be honest, but I'm open to suggestions. Leave a comment below if you have a preference about that, and I'll kind of figure out where everybody is, and then we'll make a decision from there. We do have a Discord. Basic Fantasy has a Discord. Basic Fantasy has a Facebook group, and of course, obviously, we have the forums where we do all of our creation in public. But let me know where you'd be most comfortable doing the coordination. But I would really like everyone who signs up as a participant to join, so that we can get all our plans made in advance. Try to get as much of this done in advance as we can, so we can just show up and play. I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you. If I think of anything else, I'll add it to the description below, so you might just scan over real quick and see if I've got any alerts or announcements down there. And of course, then after we arrange a communication method, we will coordinate that way. And we'll talk about the more detail about what we're going to do. I know this is relatively early. I mean, it's May right now, so August is a few months away. But this is something entirely new. I've never heard of anybody running a game like this with rotating tables and volunteer GMs and so forth. I've never heard of anything like this being done before. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the Basic Fantasy Adventure Binge 2024. If this isn't a complete train wreck, we will do this again. If this is even remotely fun, we will do it again, because I know one thing: once we do it once, we can figure out how to do it better. And so that's where I'm at with this. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, leave them in the description below, or catch up with me on Facebook or on the forum. I don't spend a lot of time on the Discord. I've got mods out there that take care of things for me, and I really don't spend a lot of time on the Discord. But if you want to reach me, the Facebook group or through the forum is absolutely the best way to do it. There will definitely be a thread about the Adventure Binge on the forum. By the time this video goes live, signups should be available on the FallCon site. And I'm told that the discount registrations for the hotels will also be available. You can call them and tell them. One hotel, I'm told, you just call them and tell them you're going to come for FallCon. The other one, there's a code you have to give, which I will provide. And yeah, let me know if there's any questions, comments, concerns. If you want to volunteer as a GM, if you have a battle mat that you'd like to bring, mega mat. I need not the huge one, but the big one. I forget how many squares it is, like 46 by something, 30 something. I forget squares. It needs to be square, not hex, obviously. But let me know if you're able to do that. And I look forward to seeing some names start to pop up on the signups for the Adventure Binge. Oh, one thing I neglected to mention: if for some reason you are not able to make it on Friday the 30th, but you can show up for the game on the morning of Saturday the 31st, go ahead and sign up for that block and show up. There will be a character for you. We will find a space at the table. We will take care of you. That is absolutely something I've planned for. I know not everybody will be able to take both days, be able to do both. Please don't sign up for the first session and not the second. It's going to be very unsatisfying for you to play halfway through the adventure and then not see the end of it. I mean, I guess if you really want to, you can, but I don't advise it. I would recommend, if you're going to make a choice, coming in the middle and playing to the end is probably going to be more fun than coming in at the beginning and playing halfway through. That's just my feeling on the matter. I think that covers everything. If it doesn't, I'll put more information out. Thank you all for listening. I hope to see you all there. Well, maybe not all of you, but up to 30 of you there. Thanks very much.